Hello everyone, it's Brian in PS4 Trophies and welcome back to my Far Cry 5 preview. We're going to demo a new mode. This is called Far Cry Arcade, and I'm going to run through two different maps. The first of which is called Journey, which we need to just simply get to the exit. Well, easier said than done because this is a house, but it's a maze and it's twisted because whoever made this is probably seeing a psychologist as we speak. And then the second map I show you is going to be a little bit more of a traditional game mode that you'd be familiar with. Now this is all completely user generated content, so you can create, as an owner of this game, kind of little mini maps, little mini scenarios, little mini games. And it's really cool because you're using custom Far Cry 5 assets. Not only are you using Far Cry 5 assets to create these little mini games, but you're also using other games within the Ubisoft library, such as, they gave me an example, Watch Dogs and Assassin's Creed. So you can use different assets from those games to help create some of the content in this. So again, this is all user generated stuff. I don't know who created this thing. As you can see, I am kind of completely lost. In fact, at this point in this video, when I was playing this at the preview event that Ubisoft invited me to, I had no idea what was going on. It took me a minute before I realized, okay, this is just simply a maze, but it's a little bit more twisted and complicated than your typical normal maze, as you can see. But this is a really kind of cool addition to the game. It's going to extend the life of the game. And I'm sure there's going to be some amazing maps that are created and generated. After you complete one, you can vote and rate on the map. And here's a goat for some reason. We will actually see another one later too. Yeah, this is crazy. But it is a really cool addition to the game. Definitely completely different than the core Far Cry 5 experience. And I'm going to actually get stuck right here. It takes me about a minute to figure out where to go. I just thought I would hit a dead end. Didn't know where I was going. Circling around, and I'm going back into the previous room. I'm going to try jumping out of there. This is basically an entire mess, but I'll eventually find my way out of here. Thinking I can jump up there for some odd reason. Yeah, but the next map I show you is going to be a little bit more traditional. But when you create these, you can create them with various modifiers. You can put time limits on the game. You can put objectives where you have to do something and then maybe get to an exit. I'm not entirely familiar with the creation tools. They didn't show us any of that. They just allowed us to play a couple maps. So I don't know how difficult any of this is going to be to create. I'm actually looking forward to creating something. Maybe I'll create a map with a bunch of collectibles in it so you guys can see exactly how it feels to hunt collectibles and make guides on those. So here we go. We are getting very close to the end here. Whoever created this had a large affinity for grandfather clocks. Alright, so I'm going to leave here. I'm going to rate the map. Unfortunately, I can't show you any of the menus or anything that happens in the menu system. So let's just go switch to our next one. Here we got, this is the traditional one. We have two loadouts we could choose from. The 007, which is going to equip us with an MP5, and then the screwed loadout, which is nothing. You would have to come in, well, knock out melee one of those people and take their gun and go. But here we need to do is eliminate the target, and then we're going to have to exit. And you can see the target's kind of marked on the screen when I point towards it. And this guy's actually going to be in a building. Now this is my second time through it. My first time through it, I was able to successfully complete it, but it was so ugly and it took so long that I ran through this a second time to make it a little bit cleaner and a far more enjoyable video. So here's the guy. He's up in that building, up on the second level of this building. Unfortunately, there's no entrance into it. So kind of a little puzzle aspect to this. So we're going to have to actually go over to the opposite side and zip line down into the roof of that building. Of course, making sure we take out these guys as we go. So this is definitely a little bit more traditional game mode. I imagine we're going to see a lot of these types of maps created. I'm definitely a big fan of maps similar to the first one I just showed you that are a little bit more artistic and creative in that way. So it's just one target we got to kill, and then a simple escape is the goal in this one. But I'm really kind of curious what the community comes up with, and it'll be nice just as a content creator be able to explore new maps. Kind of a never-ending supply of new content. Might be something fun to live stream, I would imagine. I'm hoping give it maybe a month for players to really get creative and get good with the creation of new maps. Now I know in like games like Little Big Planet, if you played PlayStation, that PlayStation exclusive game, you're quite familiar with how this kind of works with the user created content. But there were some amazing levels created in that game, some far better than what was in the actual core base game with the developer created levels. So here we go. We've ziplined down here after successfully falling off of it the first time. Tried doing a chain knockdown there. It did not work. So this is definitely a very nice addition to the game. Definitely going to extend the life. Now we just need to get to the exit. Now I remember from my first time here, I just got to get to this truck that is over on the other side of this area. And instead of trying to clear the area as I did the first time, which is why it took so long, it would have been so boring to watch. All we're going to do is sprint to the truck, get in, and drive forward. And that's all you need to do to complete this map. I'm looking forward to playing new maps as they are created. So thank you guys for watching. That's all I can show you in the Far Cry Arcade. Hit the like button, of course, subscribe.